Well, it appears the Super Mutants have started their own construction company and are finishing this high-rise. Good on them. Now, there's plenty of treasure at the top and at the bottom, although in order to get to all that, you will have to get through quite a few greenies. Now, they are decorating the place, you know, like they normally do. Plenty of meat bags, plenty of hounds, their delicious stew that he's cooking up a storm here in the rain. Doesn't seem too happy about that, but then again, he's a super mutant. I don't know how much he would care. There seems to be really old building foundations that they were still chewing through, and I'm unsure whether this was from a previous building or this was part of the new high-rise. At the ground floor level, obviously this was the new part of the building, but it seems that what they were digging out here, I'm just not too sure what the plan was. Was it meant to be a sort of sunken feature? I dig it if that was the intention. Now, there is a really cool super mutant you can find in here. It's the construction site warehouse. Now, where do you see what this guy's up to? Normally you go in and you actually wouldn't notice him until he notices you and he stands up and you're like, oh, there's a super mutant here. Let's go up and see his little stash that he's got. You all say that super mutants don't have a bit of humour. This guy, he's sitting in the corner mumbling to himself with a load of beer in a bucket with some radstag meat and a beer bottle beside him. I don't know if they're known. I suppose they'll drink and eat nearly anything, but it's not really known for them to sit and, kind of have a bit of a beer party. Maybe he was a bit of an outcast, maybe he was a bit of a loner, or just a raging alcoholic in this community of super mutants. Now, we are going to go out the other entrance to show you just the other section of this high-rise. The perimeter for this entire super mutant settlement is pretty vast all the way around, where they've been using trucks, they've been using brick walls. Obviously they set up their own wee defences with the corrugated steel and iron here to form some form of I was playing Age of Empires, I should know this. The palisades, they're like wee palisades, yeah. Another guy cooking up stew. There's a lot of super mutants here, about maybe a dozen, so obviously they do need to cook up quite a bit. And this is the rear entrance into this general area. The freeway has collapsed in quite a large part, but surprisingly dodged the building. Now, let's talk about the high-rise itself. Now, there are several ways to enter it. One, of course, is the front door. When you go in from the side of the basement, you can't get through as these two double doors have been blocked off. Going through the front, obviously you will have to contend with all the super mutants inside. I do believe there was a very big missed opportunity with maybe some cave painting drawings here. I say cave paint, just super mutants. They're big, green and dumb, and it would have been awesome to see a bit of art or something in their free time. There is a super mutant suicider that will run out straight to you as you are entering, so bear him in mind. He'll be a wee bit of a problem. Now, from here we have two options. We can go up the stairs or we can open the elevator. Now, there is no elevator. Obviously the building wasn't finished, so it wasn't installed. And we can jump down to the basement. Doing so will gain us access to one of their treasure trunks right here. They have one here and one on the roof. So obviously you had to fight through an awful lot of super mutants if you wanted access to that. The door's chained, so you would have been able to see the trunk. Oh no. Oh, you wouldn't have. Oh wow. Yeah, that's kind of showing like a dead cell. So wow, that's a real trippy magic trick. I'm sure whoever designed this wanted you to see the steamer trunk and see that the door's chained in order to go round it. Obviously that's not the case and you wouldn't be able to do that now. Another way in is this wee gate to the side. Oh, aye, where are we? Well, we are just south of the BADTFL Regional Office and near Monsignor Plaza, right in the middle. You can use the freeway as a bit of a reference. It seems they were parking a lot of supplies, equipment in this underground area with a weapons workbench for you to use. You can gain access to the second level from the roof of that underground parking lot. And yeah, that's just what we're going to do. We're going to go back inside for the third time. We're going to go up the stairs. We're going to go level by level. There's a few Easter eggs, wee things just scattered about that are pretty cool. On the first level, of course, they have a few defences, wee turret namely, that will fire at you once you walk in. And do be sure to just cover every ounce to make sure you get everything. There is sometimes a lot of items. Sometimes it's a bit sparse. But I do love that every floor there's about one super mutant that you'll have to contend with as you continue up the levels. And I was saying about an entrance earlier. If you want to skip the bottom floor, you can come across from over there, climb up outside the perimeter. Again, maybe it's more of a stealthy option if that is more of your playstyle. Going around, you will eventually reach each point that you can make up to the next level. The building slowly getting worse and worse as you continue up because of the condition. It's been left to the elements, and obviously construction wasn't finished. Another qualm for Bethesda that I want to throw out there, mining helmet. Why couldn't there have been a construction helmet to make a wee distinction in the construction site? I know they're the exact same asset and someone just thought it wasn't worth it, but it's the little things like that I love to nitpick. But yes, let me know if you would have loved a construction site helmet on... I'm sure there isn't one. Is there one? I don't think there is. There's also a tricycle here. It's not a new one. That is absolutely devastating. Bye-bye, tricycle. Oh, by the way, that's a wee construction worker. I imagine it was the manager's office where he was saying he was going over budget and... yeah, he was behind schedule and over budget. That's the saying. Now, a bit of parkour in order to gain access to this next level. Yet another super mutant. Some of these can be heavily armed depending on your level, so do be very careful as you are climbing the stairs. This is where you can gain access from the freeway. Now, this trailer here is a master lock. There is no key for it, so you will have to actually manually unlock it. Doing so, though... if I can click on the trailer door, that would be a good start. Then so will gain you access to this. Now, a lot of people say there's not a lot in it. Now, I'm at quite a low level. Let me know in the comments, would you find the steamer trunk? I'd be very curious to hear if you find anything valuable, because it is a Vault-Tec steamer trunk with plenty of Vault-Tec property. Obviously, this was heading on to possibly one of the vaults. It didn't make it, so some vault was a little understocked when the bombs fell. Now, you could at this point just jump down if you're wearing power armor. Don't do it without power armor. It's a bad time. And you can get the steamer trunk right in the basement straight away. Now, this dude, the skirmisher, tends to have a pretty decent weapon on him. And again, another steamer trunk where he oversees the entire operation. Mass Chemical, also over there. Very interesting place with a hardened sniper rifle. If you're looking at that, be sure to check out that video. And... just to finish it off, we have one more floor to mount. Whoa, how did I get there? Right. This is, ooh. If you're afraid of heights, this is not the moment that you want to see. I'm going to swap back into first person. It's easier to do. You can see they put on their own wee roof and all at the top of the building. And all the way over here is a reference to a lot of those photos you see of, it's usually like the New York construction workers on top of the steel beam. Some vodka and a cooler full of items, and actually 20 pre-war money, which is pretty awesome. Right at the edge. Now, from here, there isn't any other items, and again, I think you can jump down from here. Yes, you can indeed. Could you make the jump over there? If you had a jetpack, this would be easy. Onto the freeway. Unfortunately for me, I don't have one. And yeah, this is where the building ends. Construction ceased here. And yeah, pretty awesome. So again, just to fully recap, if you want a super mutant with the beer, you can find them there in the construction yard. Mass Chemicals over there. The wee underground parking is just there. You can gain access to this from the roof of that building outside the perimeter. There's gates and several checkpoints. Again, about a dozen super mutants that you will have to fight through in order to gain access. And I suppose I should just finish it off with whoop. There we go. Going in here. And as I said, there was probably a manager sitting here with flowers. His wife bought him. His wife bought him? Reverse roles here. He really needed them because he's sitting here and he's just like, I am absolutely over budget, behind schedule, like most construction projects. But yes, that is the Super Mutant Highrise. Hope you've enjoyed a bit of a longer video, but I wanted to get every bit of information I could out of this place because it's just awesome. Loads of wee factors to the Super Mutants that I love pointing out. And yeah, they do have patrols. They act like a proper headquarters here. It's actually a shame that this place ended up being unmarked. It would have been an awesome location to have on the map for many players to enjoy. But now you know where it is. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for watching as always. I'll see you in the next one.